Okay, we are officially live on air. We'll give it about 30 seconds to a minute to give people a chance to tune in, but we are here, Reality Rules, with Jessica. Of course, Susan is here as always. Mama S, the latest voted off castaway from Survivor Reelfoot Orange Country. I was certainly upset, Jessica. You were one of my favorites from the beginning.
Thank you.
You were the one that I had as the winner pick, although I think in my head, based on the edit, I know who's going to win, but I won't spoil anything. I don't know. Nobody's told me, but I have a guess of who I think's going to win. But you were probably one of my favorite, and I'm definitely, even though you didn't win, and I kind of knew who I think is kind of controlling and going to win, I expected you to be at least in that Final Four scenario there.
Right.
So
Me too.
I was a little disappointed. I was a little sad. I was a little upset.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh, Survivor Reelfoot is messaging me a link to this broadcast. Well, I'm on the broadcast, Survivor Reelfoot, so I know. But no. So I was really upset. I was really sad. But let's talk about it. Let's get into this a little bit. First off, for those that might not know or might have missed an episode or two, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a mother of two, which is basically, definitely came into play. So mother of two, I've worked for a company for 2.5 years. Worked at a bank. I've always done customer service. I've been around people. I feel like I generally get along with most anybody. I feel like I can read people. Apparently not too awful well. But I'm athletic. I've always played sports. I like to be outside. So I really like Survivor.
Okay, so let's go back. So you obviously, have you watched a lot of Survivor? I mean, coming into this, what was your knowledge of the game?
So when we started playing, apparently a lot of the girls, besides Maria, hadn't watched Survivor. People were shocked that I actually applied. They thought I got roped into playing. So I've actually watched Survivor from the very beginning, and I understand the point, how you connect with people, how you don't be the loud mouth, and I know the game. So I was excited to play, but like I said, a lot of people just thought that I was there just because I got roped into it.
And like you said, you're a mother of two. How hard was that, being away from your children? You got to remember, Susan, who's here with us, as I told you earlier, she just came back from a live Survivor game. And the week before she went on this live Survivor game, she was messaging me every single day, oh my God, I don't know if Frank's going to kill my daughter. I don't know if he's going to remember to feed her. I don't remember, I'm nervous about I'm going to come home and my home's going to be in flames and my daughter's going to be taken away by CPS. She freaked out about the fact that, Susan, you laugh, but you know it's true.
Yes, it's very, very true.
And so she freaked out. How hard was that for you to leave your household to go play this game?
So it wasn't terrible hard just because I knew my husband was going to be there.
And how far did you live from where the game actually happened?
It was basically my backyard. Seriously,
okay.
Maybe 10 miles away. So this is where I grew up. I wasn't, Maria would freak out about bugs because she's from New Jersey. This is where I grew up and where I played. I wasn't worried about that. So I knew the area, I knew the terrain. I knew my husband, like I said, we've been together for 16, 17 years. So he's going to take good care of the kids. But it's just 3 days out when you start, as a mom, you miss tucking them into bed and things like that. I knew they were well taken care of, but it just wears on you as a mom that you're not there for them.
So you were playing the game of Survivor. How similar was your husband's situation at home with 2 kids by himself? Was he playing his own version of Survivor back at the house?
I feel quite sure my husband had it way worse than what I had because he's dealing with 2 kids, but he is worried about me because he has no idea where I am. Robbie, I love you. He Google mapped to try to figure out where I was because he knew, we had some general information. He tried to figure out where I was just in case something happened. He wanted me to be able to get to the kids or whatever. So dealing with the kids and not knowing where I was, I think he was mentally stressed way beyond what I was.
Literally, while Susan was gone, her husband messaged me, love you, Frank, every single day. Part of it was boredom. He's messaging me just talking baseball, but part of it's oh my God, I'm scared. What's she doing? She's dying without her coffee. She's dying without her soda. He would message me every single day on Facebook talking about her and her season or game. So I get where you're coming from. I experienced the brother-in-law kind of situation last week for Susan.
Yeah, you did.
But enough about the personal talk. Let's get into the game. Very first day, what's your strategy coming into this Survivor game? You've watched the show. You love the show.
Right.
What's your strategy?
My strategy is, one, not to be that loudmouth, obnoxious person, Bailey. No,
Bailey, and even recently, love you, but Anna.
Anna, I didn't realize Anna hated me so much until I saw that episode.
I don't think it's just you. I think Anna hates everybody in the game about this point.
But
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Bailey was so much over the top. But Anna, yes, I agree. I think she just had her opinions about everybody, which is fine. But truly, I knew I wanted to go into the game and not be the one bossing everybody around, not the one calling the shots, the one that actually smarts behind the scenes that nobody knows what's going on. So that was my plan.
And I think you pulled that off very well. Like strategically and socially, I think you had one of the better games because I think that it wasn't as apparent what you were doing. Like Daniels is alpha male and he's out there and people know that he's running this game, and so he had this obvious target. But you were kind of more in the woodwork a little bit and not as such.
Right, with that, because up until my total blindside, every single person that I vote that. When I went to vote, that person went home. Bless Daniel's heart. He got so paranoid at times. I mean,
I can see that.
I mean, we made up my mind, or I knew who I was voting for, and that's who went home. And so me and Daniel talked, and then more so after the merge, that we intentionally tried not to talk because me and him were tight. So, Daniel. But anyway, so...
Do you think, okay, you played a great game on your tribe. Do you think you would have been able to play that same great game if you were on the other tribe starting off versus the tribe you were on? Or do you think part of the tribe you were on helped you pull that off?
I think being part of the tribe of Chiaha definitely helped. When we started pregame, I hate pregame. I was not there. I don't know if that helped or hurt me. I was not there. I was one of the last people to show up. But I heard more so into the game, Trevor and Bailey, they said they were going to have their boys alliance and get all the girls out. So that would have pissed me off in the beginning, and they want to get the boys out. So I don't know how well that would have turned out.
So can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. My headphones cut out for a second, so I needed to check.
Do you have a distinct reason why you didn't trust Michael? He wants to know what the deal is, why you didn't trust him.
Michael. I think the main thing is because at one point, Daniel he was over there talking to Michael and kind of looked at me and like, we're going to be in an alliance. It's like, okay, great. Michael never talked to me. I'm not going to be in an alliance with someone that we don't talk to. So, or that I didn't talk to, and it wasn't against Michael. We just never talked. So, nothing against him.
So, obviously, you and Daniel were very, very close. I feel like you two ran the pre-merge tribe. I feel like you two wrote the book, wrote the story. You find out that Daniel's boyfriend is on the other tribe,
right?
And you get to this merge scenario. How does that make you rethink this? Because now your number one, your ride or die, has a blood relative. I mean, not blood, but you know what I mean. Right. I mean, family in this game. So how does that change what you're thinking?
So probably one of the dumbest moves I made is not either sticking with Daniel. I don't think that's my downfall, but obviously merge. I should have blurted his secret out to everybody because he says everybody knew in our tribe. I'm not 100% sure that everybody knew that, but I kept his secret. Did not tell anybody. And then I should have blurted out. I would get tribal council just so everybody knew and just see what happened. But first thing, merge. If I was sticking with Daniel, should have gotten rid of David. No doubt.
And I kind of think that's what happened. I think David and Maria got rid of you because of the fact that they were scared that you were too connected with Daniel. And I don't know what Daniel would have done. That's going to be one of my exit interview questions. Is there anybody he would have stabbed David in the back for because of that? But I think that was kind of their positioning in this vote. And that's what led. And I want to get to that vote in a little bit, but there's another vote I want to get to before we get to your actually vote out, and that's the vote before. The vote where Stacy plays her idol.
It's a good one.
because you are literally you're at the tribal council and the edit's on you, and you haven't made up your mind.
That is, the edit for that vote is not even close to what happened, and it's so much.
What happened?
It's so much more dramatic than what it showed. So Chantel votes first, and we all were going to vote for Stacey, and I hate that because Stacey's probably my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way I could have beat Stacey in the finals. I know that, and I sound so dumb to say I want to go to the end with the strong people. There is no way I could beat Stacey in probably most challenges, for sure puzzles, because she would have whooped everybody.
Oh, Stacey is a badass beast.
Absolutely, yeah.
Stacey just played in in Pirate Booty Camp.
Uh-huh.
Stacey is Top Gun. When she was voted out, not only did she leave her reward for us, which was rice because the other tribe just plundered it, she also left us all her stuff and her luxury items.
Yeah. I mean, truly, I love Stacey, and I know she got her feelings hurt, and I don't blame her. I would have too. But that was my thinking, get Stacey out because I want to compete against the strong, but I cannot beat Stacey, period. So when we go to vote, Chantel votes first. Chantel wrote Stacey. Accident, whatever. Stacey sees her. She goes second. She sees the S in the box. Chantel is holding Stacey's idol that Stacey found, so it's hers.
Yeah.
Well, then we go, or Stacey's sitting in front of us. We know, because Stacey looks at me and she says, I'm going home. And I was like, you're fine, don't worry about it. Well, she's like, yeah, okay. So at that point, me and Daniel know Stacey's using her idol. We can't vote for her. So, and it was not intentional. Maria said we totally made them look like the bad guys. Not on purpose. We were trying to get Stacey out. But when we know Stacey's going to use the idol, that's dumb for us to vote for her. So we vote for Jeremy.
So hindsight's 20/20, obviously. Yes, you need to get Stacey out. Yes, you can't beat Stacey in the finals. But Stacey's your number 2. So at that point, wouldn't it have been smarter to grab Stacey to take out David to secure your one with Daniel? Because you didn't have the numbers per se there, and you had Stacey. So do you think one of your mistakes was the swap of when you had tried to go for Stacey?
Yes. Absolutely. But at the time, and Maria said it, and she was right, we had talked about the Final Four being me and David, Daniel, and Maria. Maria said, I don't trust Jessica. Well, heck no, you shouldn't. I mean, I don't blame you. But I didn't trust Maria because I felt like she said the same thing to every single person. I tried not to flat out lie to anybody's face, is what I tried to do. Well, Maria's telling everybody, I want to go to the finals with you. I want to go to the finals with you. You're not going to the finals with everybody. You have to make up your mind. So
that's Maria's game. I love Maria. I've hosted Maria in an online. I'm on the Sequester production team, and I've hosted Maria in Sequester, and that's Maria's game. She makes everybody social. I won't write your name. You don't write her name. I mean, if I played a drinking game for every time Maria played, and I had to take a shot for every time she said, "Don't write down my name," and I won't write down your name, you wouldn't be able to carry me home. So that's just Maria's game.
Right, but for me,
though that because she wanted to take out Daniel and you wanted to take out David, do you think breaking up this duo, if you had wanted to take out the right person together, that you guys could have worked together, or you just think either way it wouldn't have worked?
Well, I do think, and this is the only server game that I've played, I feel like you have to have that one person that you fully trust. I feel like. To me, that was Daniel.
Sure.
And then to her, it was David. Well, yeah, if I'm going to vote out one of the guys, David would be my number 1 to vote out. She'd want to get out Daniel, so we were always going to clash on that. We honestly should have done a for real girls alliance and got out any of the guys and be done with it, but we didn't. So.
Okay, so my next question: how good is oysters and yogurt?
I did not make it to the oysters and yogurt.
Okay, you didn't get there. That's right.
I went to the oysters, and I quit trying because I had gagged and spit it across the grass and couldn't find it. So I just had to quit.
I feel you there.
I mean, the yogurt was not bad. The oysters, I could have managed, but I lost one somewhere, so I was done.
And that was the challenge that you home. But since you talking about challenges, it wouldn't be an interview with Jessica if I didn't bring up the fact that you loved to accuse people of cheating in challenges. And I've heard it from everybody. What is your side of the story on the 15,000 cheating scandals that you tried to bring up this season?
So let's start from the beginning. Our very first reward challenge, did not air. We were blindfolded in the field. We had one caller each. Bailey was the caller for Yuchi. Michael was the caller for our tribe. Well, it was getting dark and nobody could see, apparently. Amos told Bailey he could come down in the field with the rest of us that were blindfolded. So he does. Michael does not. So they end up winning a reward. Well, of course we're ticked because we didn't win, but our whole tribe, not just Jessica, our whole tribe started saying how they cheated because Bailey came down from the field and was in the field. Well, apparently it was just me. I'm the only one that opened my mouth. So anyways, but that was really, that got so blown out of proportion. But now when he was sitting on the block, y'all watch it, y'all know, when Bailey was sitting on the blocks, his big ski-sized feet, of course they're hanging off.
But I would have that problem too. Like, I have size 11 feet, so I don't think I could have put my whole foot on that little block.
It wasn't the whole foot. He was totally leaning over. And I will say, from where I was standing, that's what it looked like. It might have just been a blade of grass, Anna, for all I know. But it looked like his toes were on the ground. And yeah, his feet were still on the block, but... So, and apparently I'm a rule keeper. I don't know. I don't want people cheating.
I've got a couple viewer questions. Let's go to. You played a very strategic game that put you in a good spot on your tribe. Do you feel that you would have had just as good of a position if you were on the Yuchi tribe?
I don't think so. Just because they were so much the boys' club. So,
yeah.
And I don't know if me and Anna and Maria... And throw Ryan in there. I mean, me and Ryan talked a little bit before, which he was supposed to be on Yuchi before, or Chiaha before, but I just don't know if we would have been able to take down the He-Man woman haters.
Okay, our next question. You wanted to take out David, and it seemed that Maria wanted to take out Daniel. Do you think this was fundamentally the hardest part about breaking up this duo? That although you and Maria had the same idea to break up the couple, but you would want the opposite person of the duo to go?
Yes.
Do you think there was ever a point where you and Maria could have like worked together and said, okay, let's go as a foursome, and then me and you will try to overtake the boys at the end?
No. I never got a true, genuine vibe from Maria because I knew she was saying the same thing to everybody.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so now let's go back to your vote off. We get to your tribal council. It's time for you to cast your votes. Do you have any idea that you're the one going? What's your thought process?
No.
Tell me what happens in that tribal.
So we had the challenge that night. We should have, according to production, we should have gone straight to tribal. I still think in my mind, maybe denial, if we would have went straight to tribal, I would not have been voted out. I truly think Anna was going to be going. Me being loudmouth Jessica that I am, I told David, I said, I am voting for Anna, period. And I think that kind of rubbed him wrong, that if I'm not willing to work with him, then they should get rid of me. Daniel has told me since that he wasn't voting for me, that he had this aha moment later and with his quality time with David. But that it was that morning that he woke up and decided he wanted to get me out. According to the edit, it seemed like it was all Maria's idea, so I guess everybody wanted me out. But no, I had no idea that I was going.
So, and let's talk about that a little bit. And we always watch, and I've been watching reality television since Survivor 1, since I was a little child. I've never missed an episode, Big Brother, Survivor, whatever. How fun is it or different is it to watch back, and how much does the edit either over-hypothesize or over-exaggerate or even under-exaggerate what really happens out there?
I think it's a lot of both, over and under. So like I said, the vote for Stacy, I was expecting this major something, and I don't know if it's just because the cameras didn't get it, but that was very traumatic for me. I mean, because I know it was part of my plan, and then now I have to go back to camp with Stacy, and I was scared to go back. So, I mean, it could do both, but what I love seeing is everything that you know what your game is, but you want to hear what everybody else is saying or thinking.
Right.
Because, like I said, I try not to lie to somebody's face, because I do believe this game can be won without flat-out lying. But I like hearing the other sides to everything.
Daniel, I wanted to ask you what was the funniest moment for you out on Real Foot.
Oh.
But he did it with a winky face, so apparently there's a story there?
Don't know. The night that everybody started, the night of the merge, maybe David was wanting to do a runway gay fest party, something, I don't know. But I don't, it was stressful. I don't remember anything just too awful funny.
Another question. Can you talk about what happened the night after Stacy's Tribal, where it was when everybody was emotional? The cameras weren't there, so it would be interesting to hear what happened after Stacy's Tribal.
So, after Stacy's Tribal, obviously Stacy's upset because she realized that everybody was voting for her. Chantel is upset because she's the one that first walked in to vote. Stacy knows that Chantel voted for her. Well, me and Daniel told her to vote for Stacy. So she's upset. And then Maria and Anna got into it about the idol. So I think Maria was there was drama between them, and then I was just upset about the kids, and I missed being at home with my babies. Tristan was crying. I don't know. There was just so many emotions. So it would have been good on film, because at one point, seriously, everybody had like broke off and were crying at one point in time.
I always end with a word association game. I don't know if you've watched my other exit interviews, but I will say a name or something, and you give me the first thing that pops into your mind.
Sure.
I always start off easy, so let's just go Amos.
Amos, passionate.
Very much. White Rice.
What?
You never were on a tribe with him, but Trevor.
Gamer.
Okay. Bailey.
Loud.
Michael. Did I miss it?
No.
No, she's struggling. What was it?
Strategic, maybe? He was
Okay.
fun to play, but... Sorry, Michael.
Maria.
Fake. And I love you, Maria, but it's just you can't get an honest feel for you.
Let's go back a little bit. Coleman.
Coleman was quiet. I wish he would have been in the game longer, but he was one of those, I don't think he truly knew how to play the game. Like, he went to everybody and said, hey, let's be an alliance. So it's kind of hard to be an alliance when you know he's done the same thing.
Michael.
We just did Michael.
Oh, did I do Michael? I'm sorry.
We did. He was strategic.
Okay, then I meant to do somebody else. Oops, okay, whatever. Stacy.
Like, killer. I mean, she's a competitor.
Anna.
Opinionated.
David.
Tough.
Chantel.
Chantel. I hate to say misplaced, but like she said, she couldn't find her place in the game.
Okay. Daniel.
Betrayal.
And finally, cheating.
Oh, Bailey, I hate you.
I had to go there.
It's
Awesome.
good.
Jessica, any last words or anything you want to say to people that might have been watching, followed, fans, favorites?
I know. I mean, I had a lot of support from home, and then we have a little group that watched Survivor together since the beginning for 16, 17 years now. So I love all my family and friends that supported me, my husband for keeping my kids. But I had a fantastic time, and it takes a small army to put these things together. So I know they worked really hard. The editing has been fantastic, and it's just a great thing to be a part of.
If you could do it all over again, would you?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, Jessica, we thank you for being here tonight. We're sad to see you go. We hope that you will come back on finale night when we hope to bring back several people in big situations and maybe break down some of these votes when y'all can discuss it after the fact.
Oh, yes. Yes, we have many questions when you're all together.
As we said, we can only get 10 people in a hangout at the same time, so we're talking about doing maybe like a tribe, and then merged tribe finale. So we'll do 3 separate ones maybe on that finale night.
I'll be there.
Thank you, Jessica, very much. As always, the new episode of Real Foot should be up soon. We're still waiting on that exact date, but follow us here on Reality Rules. We'll keep you updated on that, and we'll keep you updated on the next episode. As always, stay real and stay reality. Thanks, guys.